Hello, I'm Andy Crane. Welcome to my beach hut, the place I come to in the summer for a bit of peace and quiet. Mind you, there was a place a couple of years ago that was neither peaceful nor remotely quiet. It was the Motormouth studio in Maidstone, the place that myself, Neil Buchanan, Gabby Roslin and the loudest man on television, Steve Johnson, used to get together in for a bit of Saturday morning mayhem. We were ably assisted by our backstage crew of Millie, Max, Juliet and Paul. Well, the nice people at the Family Channel said, Andy, why don't you sit down and put together the best bits of some of those shows? I said, fine. So over the next 15 weeks, I'm going to be uncorking some vintage Motormouth for your delectation. Amongst others, in the Motormouth Hall of Fame, you'll be able to see Michael J. Fox, Hulk Hogan, Lenny Henry, Kylie and Danny Minogue, Wet, 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 and a very fresh-faced Take That. In fact, this week's programme features two of the aforementioned, Lenny Henry and Wet, Wet, Wet. Also, Harry Bodmer from Germany, a world record coin-snatching attempt, a bit of l'escargot, no, not the horse that won the Grand National, some snail racing, oh yes, and the time Steve Johnson went 3 miles in the air with a very nice man in checked trousers. But the morning was hampered a bit, as I recall, by Juliet's cold. But I nostalge. Have a look at this.
Morning, good morning. It's time to start the show. Hi, Jack. Uh-oh. Somebody's got a summer cold.
I'm fine, Paul. I feel absolutely fine. I feel dreadful. Please don't tell anybody. I don't want to appear inefficient, you see. I've got a lot to do today. I've got to sort out the air conditioning man. I've got to sort out Chesney Hawkes for next week. So the thing is, it's all under control. I'm going to inhale some steam, clean out my tubes, and I'll be ready to face the day.
I'll do it. Look, Juliet, nobody is going to benefit if you collapse halfway through the show. You know, you've got to learn to delegate responsibility.
Well, where's Max?
Max is at the bank. He's getting some more coins for the coin-snatching item.
Good.
And I'm taking care of the snails. Oh, you should see they've got this giant African snail with huge feelers.
Don't say that word.
What, feelers?
No.
Oh, snails?
No, don't say it. Paul, I can't bear them. When I was a kid, my brother made me eat one, crunchy house and all.
You know, that's fascinating because I've heard that childhood traumas can lead to irrational behavior later in life.
There's nothing irrational about my behavior.
Juliet, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get my temperature. What does it look like?
Oh, yes, you have got a temperature because this is a pencil.
Just writing my list.
Why aren't you wearing your glasses?
Look, I don't need my glasses. And anyway, how can I wear glasses when I'm inhaling steam? I'd need windscreen wipers, wouldn't I? Oh.
I am the one and only.
Millie,
Can't it?
you're putting the snails off their brand.
Sorry.
Hey, did you know that Juliet is terrified of snails?
Paul?
Amazing.
Is that all you're doing today?
No.
No, it's not, because according to my list, you've got to sort out access, help the snatching man, make sure the magician's got all of his equipment,
Right.
also sort out the competition
Millie?
prize.
Look, what are you doing while I am taking care of the whole rest of the show?
I'm stock taking.
Stock taking?
Yes, it's part of my new efficiency drive.
Look, that's Juliet's job, and besides, we shouldn't be stock taking in the middle of a live show. What are you up to? I can tell you're up to something because your eyes get closer together.
Nothing. I'm up to absolutely nothing. I'm just getting on with my job.
Well, okay, because we've got a lot to do this week, and we've all got to pull together, all right? We cannot, absolutely cannot have anybody lying down on the job.
Come on, Max, I'm going to get told off. Come on, you're going to be late for me item. Max! Ah, man, where have you been?
Steve, I'm sorry. Traffic.
Hey, is there 1,210p's in there?
Yeah.
Just a minute. There's one missing.
Well, I had to make a phone call.
Pay me back later.
Sorry. Now then. Nosy.
Cast your mind back to the last series of Motormouth. Do you remember when Steve went cycle balling with Werner and Jürgen from Germany? Well, the word has got around in Germany that if you're any good at anything on a cycle, then Motormouth is the programme to be on in this country. And we got a call from a guy called Harry who said, I can do a bit of artistic cycling. Can we be on the show? I said, of course you can. He even, when the flight arrangements made, sent us a fax. It says, hey, Andy, how do you feel? I feel good. I hope the aeroplane is not falling down. Well, the aeroplane didn't fall down. He's flown in specially to be with us live on this Saturday morning's Motormouth. Artistic cycling, Harry Bodmer. Harry, that's brilliant. Welcome to Motormouth. I can tell by everybody's response that they really enjoy it, but we've never seen anything like this. Does it happen in other countries in the world?
Yes, it's in the whole world. It's in Australia, in Canada, in Malaysia, in Japan, in Europe, from Switzerland, Sweden, Norway.
So what you're saying is it's every country of the world practically except ours?
Yes, but not in England, but I don't know why. And
No.
in competitions we have 28 different figures.
Yeah?
Yes.
28 different figures. You are twice world champion and 3 times German champion.
Yes.
The World Championships, I know, are in about 6 weeks' time in Czechoslovakia. In a 6-minute routine, you do 28 different things.
Yes.
Show me some of the figures, will you? Can you show me?
Yes, that's one of the...
Yeah, don't mind being impressive and going backwards. Go on.
Yes. First step. And
on,
first step is only try ride on the bicycle because it's very difficult.
All right, so you
and
can't
the next
coast
step,
like you do when you're on a
Next
bike.
step is one arm in the air and then...
That means turning right
here.
where I come from.
That's the next step.
Right.
Yes.
On the subject of the bike,
one.
is it... Yeah, thank you, Flash Harry. Come here. Is it expensive? Because, I mean, there's not a great deal to it. There's no brakes, no lights, no nothing.
Yes, it's very expensive. They cost between 600 and 700 pounds, and that's very expensive.
£700?
Yes.
Come here, can I have a go?
Yes. You can do it.
£700 worth of bike, and you're trusting me
with
with
it.
it.
It's not so difficult. Yes.
Hey, now then, come on, steady, steady. So you get a point for managing to
No.
ride the bike. Well, I'm practically world champion then,
that's
aren't I?
very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean...
And now stop. The next step is stopping. Oh, yes. It's a bit... And now... Oh, yes.
Hey, no, it's not easy. It's not easy. But, I mean, if I were to do figure 1, I'm sure I'd get a tumultuous round of applause.
Oh, yes. Very good. Oh. You are very good. And now the next step is I show you a handstand. I make it on the ground.
Sorry?
And you do it on the bicycle.
Oh, right.
I show you. Here. You make that one.
Oh, right then. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's no problem. Do it. Oh, very good.
No, I don't think so. I think before I break the bike or you, I shall give it back to you. There's £700 worth back. Thank you for coming in. The very best of luck. Well, I'm out of breath. I'm so unfit. The very best of luck in the World Championships, Czechoslovakia, in 6 weeks' time. And give our regards to Werner and Jürgen when you go back to Germany. Harry, thank you very much indeed. Harry Bodman.
Bubble. Wait. Paul, could you just help me with this?
Oh, I see. Not only do you want me to run the show and clean up after you, you want me to help you with the stock taking as well. All right. Got your list?
Yeah.
3 blonde, bubble-palmed wigs. 3 hair pieces. Now, I just want to get on with my snail training.
Paul, I don't think you should be playing with those exotic snails.
Oh, no, I'm not playing with the show snails. I've got some out of my garden. You see, I have a bet on with a snail handler that I can train a snail to beat the world's fastest.
Brilliant!
Yeah, do you want to see?
Yeah.
Here they are. See, what I'm doing in my training program is I'm just dangling a little brand in front of their nose and they start speeding up. It's imperceptible at first, but I think by the end of the show, they're going to be... They've escaped. I've trained them too well. What do we do?
Well, don't worry. We'll just follow the silvery trail.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, listen.
Yeah?
We cannot let Juliet see one of those snails or she is going to go absolutely bananas.
No.
So if you see her or a snail, don't say snail, just shout out the word crab sticks, okay?
Crab sticks.
Hi, Marty. Your track is wicked, man. Hey, Gabby. Let's do lunch. My name is Church. Max Church.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Millie, I think I've got some crab sticks in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one I'm going to race. 5. Well,
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I think I'm going to be sick.
Black tea'll make you feel better because you've been a bit sluggish today.
Millie, I am being persecuted. Somebody put that bowl of snooze there just to make me feel sicker.
That's 1 tin of mushy peas and 1 tin of diced carrots.
Millie, please.
And in here we have 1 large greasy frying pan.
Millie! Millie, look, why are you doing that now? I said I'd do it at the end of the show.
To save time. So that 11:30 you can go home, put your feet up, relax, and get rid of that nasty cold.
11:30, go home, put my feet up, Millie. You've got a lot to learn. The work of an efficient person does not cease when one task is over. At 11:30, I have to go home and start organising next week's show. Who's going to look after Chesney Hawks?
And you need a very efficient person to do that, don't you, Juliet?
Well, of course.
Excuse me.
Jules, Jules.
Oh, hi,
I'm looking
Steve.
for Max.
All right, Millie knows where he is.
Millie?
Millie?
Millie!
Oh, I'll get it, Steve.
No.
All right, no.
You just sit there, enjoy being ill. I'll get the door.
Thanks, Steve. Millie,
Yes?
you know Steve Johnson?
Yes.
One of the presenters.
Yes.
He's answering the door to a delivery man.
Well, what's he doing that for? That's my job.
Exactly.
Max, look, I know how you must be feeling, but you just got to get rid of that head rug. It does absolutely nothing to improve your personal appearance. We all want the old Max back.
Old Max, that's just what I mean.
You're putting words into my mouth. Look, there are a lot of popular, successful people who have even less hair than you do.
Like who?
Kojak, Yul Brynner,
That's not hard. They've got no hair at all. Yul Brynner didn't even have any eyebrows.
Elton John.
I don't want to look like Elton John. I want to look like Marty Pellow.
Max, neither you nor I are ever going to look like Marty Pellow, and that's okay. Look, you've got a lot of hair on your head. Just doesn't happen to be on the top part.
Oh, I know. I've got the widest centre parting in the building.
Max, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I was chatting to the presenters before we went on air, and they said how mature and distinguished they thought you looked.
Huh, they did? What, all of them?
Sure.
Even Gabby?
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, Gabby was saying that she found men with high foreheads especially attractive.
Did she? Well, I don't need this. I'm going to put this right where it belongs.
Great.
Down the can, and don't you try to stop me.
Max, I wouldn't dream of it.
Max, there's a man here about the hair conditioning.
Air conditioning?
Yeah. Look, you go and see him. I've got to get back to the studio.
Yes.
You've made the right decision, Max. You can step into the rest of your life with total confidence.
Thank you. Steve Johnson, I'm sure you will agree, is not known as one of the most subtle, careful, or gentle of people.
subtle.
So when they said to me, the bosses here at Motormouth said, yeah, we want you to go ballooning, Andy, I was like, brilliant.
Oh, no.
But you've got to take Steve Johnson with you. I was like, well, first of all, I insisted on separate balloons.
I didn't like it, did I?
You didn't?
I thought I was the hard man. I thought it'd be a gentle sort of stroll in the atmosphere, but I was frightened.
But
to
it
death.
wasn't, was it?
No.
We were in a rather large 45-metre Rupert balloon. It all started at 6:30 in the morning on a Wednesday, and fair took my breath away, I'll tell you.
We're taking off. Bye, Eddie!
See you at 50,000 feet.
Rupert first appeared in the Daily Express on November the 8th, 1920. He's been in it every day since, and is one of the longest-running cartoon strips in the world.
Rupert's got his own fan club too. It's called the Followers of Rupert, and some of his greatest fans are Prince Charles and Paul McCartney.
The creator and illustrator of Rupert the Bear from 1920 to 1935 was a woman called Mary Tuttle, who was the wife of the late-night news editor. This is what Rupert first looked like in his first adventure, which was the Little Lost Bear.
What do you think of that, then?
Oh, that was good fun, that
It's
one.
good, isn't it, Balloon?
Yeah.
A great day.
Look, Scott,
Oh.
don't worry. Our readers has a nice little story on the walk home. Anyway, Rupert found his friends, right, and they were...
Don't you worry, Auntie Millie will cure your cold. I don't know if you've noticed or not, Juliet, but today I've been being very efficient. I've made lots of lists, I've helped people out, I've done a lot of the stock taking. Could I look after Chesney Hawks next week?
Of course, I realise now it was foolish vanity to wear a hairpiece, but I must say, I found Juliet's cruel reaction to it rather unnecessary.
Now, Max, I can explain that. You see, I accidentally put some snails in Juliet's inhaling bowl. You know what she's like about snails?
Oh.
It wasn't you at all.
Yes, well, anyway, maybe this once, but she's always making cracks about my appearance, actually.
Hi.
Right, morning all. Can I have a signature for this
Yes,
up, please?
I'll do that for you.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
I'm just signing this because Juliet's incapacitated.
Well, you're not authorised to do that. That's my job. You've been doing everyone else's job all day, and you're not doing mine. I'm in charge. And another thing, I know what you're up to. You're just crawling to Juliet so that Chesney Hawks can be delivered into your hands next week.
Oh, so that's why you were doing the stock taking for
Give me
Juliet.
that.
All right, Max, keep your hair on.
Just a figure of speech, Max. Calm down.
I'm sorry about this. You can't get
all
the staff.
Thank you much. Goodbye all.
Yeah, I'll just take this.
Oh yeah, don't take your ticket. Thank you.
Ah. In my absence, please make sure the receipt is signed for by Mr. Maxwell Church only. Yours sincerely, Juliet Nichols. Make sure it's signed by Maxwell Church only, Juliet Nichols.
P.S. Mr. Church is the bald one.
Back with Ice Cool Dean Gould, the world coin-snatching record holder. 400 and odd 10p pieces, we're going to do that. He's doing your warm-ups. But first, Steve Johnson will again demonstrate coin
I've been
snatching. This
practising,
is what
right?
coin
I'll drop
snatching
the
is all
first one.
about.
This one's going to be a blinder. Right, you ready?
Okay.
Place the 10p there. Right. Think about it. And... Hey?
No, that's
Not bad, is it?
That's, again, not
Load of
quite how you
feathers.
do it, Steve. But never mind, let's cut the atmosphere with a knife now here. Dean Gould will now attempt
Right.
to snatch as many as he can of these 400 10p pieces.
Yeah, and none of them, are glued together?
No. Oh, they weren't, no.
Sorry, Dean. Sorry, mate.
Oh.
Blew it again. Look,
well,
spot, tails.
If we've got time between now and 11:25, we'll hopefully come back to this before the end of the programme.
Lost my spot.
Yeah, yes, we probably can. Look, let's just restack them
Where's
again.
my pet spot?
Sorry, Dean.
Give me
1,
pet spot.
2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, Max, I know you're in there. Now, what I want you to do is knock once if you're ever going to come out. Max, this is childish. You can't stay in there forever. Come on, Max, talk to me. Good, we're making progress. Now, look, if you didn't draw attention to the fact that you were follically challenged, then no one would notice. Do you understand?
I'm not coming out of here. Everybody's laughing at me. And don't try to tell me that they're not.
I am going to tell you that, Max, and I'm going to tell you that everyone has a little defect that they think's really important, but no one else notices. For instance, I think I have slightly protruding ears.
Well, you have extremely protruding ears.
All right,
At
Max,
least
I've
you
had
have
enough
a
of
full
this.
head of hair.
Look, I know you need time and you need space, and I respect that. I'm going away now, and I want you to come out in your own time.
I knew you're still out there.
Oh, take your time, Max. We're only doing a live TV show. There's no rush.
bad enough. I just had an ice bucket smashed over my head and all you could say is Chesney, Chesney, Chesney.
5 minutes with him. 3 minutes. 2. 30 seconds.
No.
So, will Juliet relent and let Millie look after Chesney next week? And will Max come to terms with his high forehead? To find out and see Wet, Wet, Wet singing live, join me after the break. Welcome back to Motormouth at the highlights. In this part, Wet, Wet, Wet sing live. Dean Gould attempts to break the world record for coin snatching, and Gabby finds out that there's more to snails than garlic and butter. But I'm still not convinced.
Max is upset about his hair, and he's not coming out of the broom closet.
Well, I'm pretty upset, Paul, actually. I mean, we're covered in ice from head to toe.
I think you two have been pretty insensitive.
Look, I only wrote that on the delivery note for, you know, recognition purposes.
T.S., Mr. Church is the bald one.
Yes, well, I admit it was blunt, but he is bald.
Well, he's not bald exactly. He's
Receding. Thinning.
sparse.
He's bald.
All right, he's bald, but what you said to him in there?
What did you say, Millie?
I told him to keep his hair on.
All right, that's all water over the dam now.
Hair today, gone tomorrow.
And I think we should be sensitive to a colleague in distress and just drop the whole subject.
Fine.
Okay?
All right.
Garibaldi, anyone? I'm not laughing.
Now, I'm sure most of you have heard of horse racing, dog racing, ferret racing, stoat racing, pigeon racing, but probably not many of you have heard of snail racing. Well, the official World Championships are held every year in Congham in Norfolk, and Tony Skase is the organiser. Tony, do people really take snail racing seriously?
Absolutely. It's the greatest slow on earth. Yes, this time we had 130 competitors. We set up a new world record of 2 minutes 22 seconds over a 13-inch course. There was a challenge match in Canada. They took 15.5 minutes, believe it.
15.5 minutes?
Absolutely.
Well, I can hope ours don't. Right, we're all ready with our snails. Are we ready? Ready, steady, slow. Go for it, snails. Over to Neil. We'll carry on over here.
Hi, slime lovers. If anything happens over at Snail City there, we'll go back to it straight away if there are any developments. This is Vicky Silverton here from London Zoo. Now, Vicky, these are the British garden snails that are racing over there. How many different types of British snail are there?
Well, there are 80 types of British land snail, and this is the most common. It's your common garden British land snail, Helix dispersa.
And apart from the garden, where else would you find them?
Oh, any nice, dark, damp little corner, under a wall, in a pile of dead leaves.
Sounds absolutely disgusting to me. Now, what do they think of our climate in winter? Do they hibernate?
Yes, they do. They protect themselves from our winter by hibernating. What they do is they crawl back into their shells and seal themselves off with a substance which they secrete, which seals off the mouth of their shell.
Ooh, sounds very cosy, doesn't it? What have we got in here, then? Let's have a look. There it is. What's this?
Well, as you saw, there are British common garden land snail. If you lived in the tropics, you'd be much more likely to find these snails in your garden. These are the African giant land snails.
OK, can we just lift one out there, or are they all stuck together?
There we go.
Look at the size of that. Why are they kept up under the tank there, under the
Well,
cover?
they are actually nocturnal, so I was trying to fool them that it was in the evening.
But it wasn't really working, was it, because they are out?
Well, yes.
How do they breed? I mean, they sort of carry their house on their back, so what do?
Well, snails are hermaphrodites, which means they're both male and female. So, although they can't fertilise themselves, two snails will fertilise each other. And then, in a few species, they'll lay live young, while in the majority of snails, it will lay eggs.
And these are the eggs here, are they?
Well, that's right, yes. But those are the eggs, however, of the giant land snail. Little snails like Helix won't lay eggs which are that big.
Now, I was saying earlier that some people eat snails. Are all snails edible?
Well, 4 species of European snails are commonly eaten in this country. And, of course, the giant African land snail is very widely eaten in Africa. Snail farms are becoming very popular now, you know.
Oh, I wouldn't fancy it myself. However, we do have a development over at Slime City there, so we're going back to Gabby.
Oh, yes, over here at the snail racecourse. We actually have former world champion with Nigel Mansell here, don't we? Now, how do you actually train your snails?
Well, keep them in a dark container for about a week, and Wait for you for 2 days so they're ready to go for the race.
So they're starving. That's why they're racing down this track. Neil, it's back over to you.
Yes, and if you think they're fast, and you probably didn't, then have a look at this one. This is the fastest snail in the world. What's this one called, Vicky?
Well, that's right. This is Uglandina, and it's the world's fastest snail.
OK, if it's that fast, why isn't it in the race then?
Well, why it's that fast is because it's a predator. It's carnivorous. It eats other snails. So it would definitely beat the snails over there, but it might eat them at the same time.
Now, there is a connection between that snail and the big African land snail, isn't there?
Well, that's right. On the South Pacific island of Maria, the giant land snail escaped from farms and became a terrible pest. You can imagine how much it eats. So the authorities introduced the carnivorous snail as a biological control.
Did it work?
Unfortunately, it went disastrously wrong.
Now, look at him zooming along there. You can see him. How does he actually catch his prey?
Well, as you can see, it's got specialised mouth parts and tentacles, and it's following a slime trail. It's got an elongated body, which means it can move very fast.
So it sort of sniffs the slime?
That's right.
What do the 2 tentacles on the top of the head do?
Well, those are its eye stalks. All snails have those. The cells on the top of those stalks detect light. They can't see objects, but they can detect levels of light.
And can I ask you what happens when he actually catches up with his prey?
Well, unfortunately, it just puts its head inside the other snail's shell and eats it.
Not a pretty sight? Convenient
really.
link back to Gabby Roslin. What's going on?
You're actually not going to believe this. We've got a winner over here. It's Robin Snail, and she's called it Steve Johnson. I don't know why. But Steve Johnson has won the race. Quick time, wasn't it, Tony?
It was indeed. Must have been about 2:45, I would think.
Well done, Steve Johnson. Well done, Robin. Over to you, Neil.
OK, well, we've seen the fastest. We've seen how he was connected to the African land snail, introduced to try and get rid of. It didn't work. What happened?
Well, as you can see, the giant land snail grows into a very large snail. The Uglandina, after a couple of years, couldn't eat that snail at all. So it turned on the very pretty, very delicate, native parchless snail. And within a few years, totally wiped them all out of the island.
And in fact, it's only a snail shell. We haven't got one in there. It's so rare, we couldn't bring it into the studio.
That's right.
How many are left?
Well, there's a captive breeding programme going on because they're totally extinct in the wild. But luckily, there's an international captive breeding programme going on, run by London Zoo, and we've got 3,000 snails left.
And what's the future for them?
Well, we're doing well, but it's a race against time.
And back to the race against time over the other side of the studio.
Oh, yes. Well, Steve Johnson has passed the finish line and is still going. But, Tony, thanks very much for bringing the snails in. I'm off to Congham every year for the annual Snail Championships because this is actually really good fun. Andy, will you come with me next year?
Yeah, I'm not so sure I can keep up with the pace, you see. It's all a bit too fast and furious
It's slippery for me.
Yeah, World Record Snails. This is the Guinness Book of World Records. If you turn to page 176 under Miscellaneous Endeavours, you will find the following entry. Coin snatching, the greatest number of 10p pieces clean caught from being flipped from the back of a forearm into the same downward palm is 140 by Dean Gould in Hamburg, West Germany, 19th of March, 88. But you've bettered that since, haven't you?
254.
254, yes. The current world record. Steve Johnson will now demonstrate for you again what coin snatching is all about.
Let's hope it's third time lucky, shall we? How do you say? You get your 10p, you stick it here
balance it on the end of the elbow.
On your elbow, and... Oh, well done.
Well, you still haven't quite grasped it, Steve, but this is a serious world record attempt.
Yeah,
How many TMPs have you got balanced there, mate?
Just over 300.
There's about 300. Now, obviously, we don't expect you to catch all of them, but you catch as many as you can. We count them, and if you've got more than 254, it's a world record.
Right.
I'll just have a quick go at this. This is basically actually... Steve's got it wrong so far. Balancing the 10p's on the elbow there, there's about 7 there, and all being well, you should go like that.
Ah, dreamy.
And catch them all. Thank you very much indeed. OK, serious now, serious stuff. This is a genuine world record attempt, so shh, bit of studio silence, please. Cut the atmosphere with a knife. OK, obviously it's quite heavy.
Very heavy. £9.
Right, steady, steady, steady.
£9
Don't drop any.
No, wait.
Oh, right.
OK. We've lost a couple to start with, but it doesn't matter because we need to beat 254.
Onto the elbow.
Shh. Reversal, this is.
Back up. Are you ready? OK, get yourself ready. As many as you can, Dean. Good luck, mate. Good luck, mate.
Drumroll's a bit early.
Slightly.
You can't balance them.
Only there.
Stick them on the table here. Loads on the back of the table. You start counting those. We will let you know how he does by the end of the programme. Dean, best of luck. I hope you've got yourself a world record, mate.
5. What comes after 5?
6.
7.
Really, I really shouldn't be doing this. I'm not well.
Well, don't worry, I'll make you something nice to eat when we finish this.
All right.
Excuse me, can you tell Paul to put the snails back in the prop room?
All right,
Thanks,
Neil.
girls.
See you
Bye.
later.
I'm waiting for that.
Well, it's on its way, Max.
We're just going to make a sandwich. Would you like one, Max?
I haven't got time to eat sandwiches. I'm working.
All right. Have a tea and a currant bun coming up for Max. What do you fancy, Millie?
Cheese, and tomato, maybe pickle.
Oh, I think I'll have a
tomato.
tuna fish and mayonnaise. What I could really murder is a cold tin of baked beans.
Did you see what I just saw?
Yes, I did. And it's not very fetching at all. I can't understand such vanity in a man. Actually, could you just widen the shot a little bit? I'm not as young as I used to be. After the break, Steve Johnson let loose on Lenny Henry in Hollywood. Hi, welcome back to Motormouth. Now, the powers that were at Motormouth decided a few years ago, rather foolishly, I think, to allow Steve Johnson to fly to Los Angeles to meet his childhood hero, Lenny Henry. I, of course, advised against it, but they wouldn't listen to me. I mean, after all, who am I? I've got nothing to do with the production team. I just appear in front of the camera. I'm just a presenter. So all right, I'm sorry. In this part, then, see what happened when Steve met Lenny in Hollywood and when Paul tried to part Max from his wig.
Somebody has got to tell Max to get that thing off his head.
You're absolutely right, Juliet. But it's not going to be me.
Or me. Or me.
All right, we've got to settle this in a calm, professional manner, like rational adults.
Right. Okay.
1, 2, 3, scissors! They always do stone, and I never learn.
Don't come back without the wig.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Hey, Max, Max, we've got to talk man to man. Lay our cards on the table and shoot straight from the hip.
Sure.
It's about your new friend. Your addition up top.
Oh, my toupee!
Yes.
Yes, it's superb, isn't it? And I've only got you to thank.
Right.
You know, you were quite right. That last one was dreadful, abysmal, totally unconvincing.
Yes.
Whereas this one has been made by me to my own specifications.
Yes, but Max, Millie and Juliet
yes,
said
I know.
that...
Isn't it amazing? They haven't noticed a thing. Juliet did scream, but I later found out that it was only because she had, I had a snail on my head.
But Max...
But what?
It slips off.
Yes, it does slip off. You're absolutely right. I must do something about that. After all, it's my hairpiece, and I've got to stick to it. Everything's going my way.
P-L-U-E. 2. 1, 2. You can look after Chesney.
Red Wonder, Red Leader, I'm back.
Mission accomplished. Hand over the wig. It's going down the toilet.
I'd like to hand over the wig, but I can't because I failed.
You what?
He's stubborn as a mule. If we take away that wig from him now, it's going to uproot his whole personality.
Well, why don't we buy him a hat?
You don't get it, do you? It's like a cry for help.
Look, Paul, it's quite simple. You just go back in there in an incredibly sensitive way. You tell him that we love him just the way he is.
Either that or rip it off his head.
Leave it to me, Millie.
Are you sure that fan's working okay?
Well, Max knows what he's doing. I hope.
When we're out and about talking to fans of the programme, they often say to us, what's the best thing about being on telly? And without sounding, you know, a bit self-indulgent or anything, but I actually enjoy being, meeting famous people. And I met Bon Jovi, the rock star, and I kind of got a bit nervous. Really enjoyed that. You were very nervous. I was, man, but, you know, it's great. You get to meet your
Go on, you make your fame.
I can't speak. Talk about it. I can't talk. Mention John Bon Jovi.
It's gone completely.
Actually, I have to admit, I was the same with Dame Edna Everage. When I went along, I was really nervous. I thought she would really rip me to pieces, but she didn't.
I tell you what, when I met the person I wanted to do, I flew all the way to America. I was jet-lagged. I sat in a hotel room for hours waiting for him, and he treated me like an idiot.
Yeah, but that's nothing new, is it? Who did it to you this time, then?
I tell you it was Lenny Henry.
Vicky's down there!
Yes! I'm back! Hello! I'm sitting in a very expensive hotel in the middle of Los Angeles in America with Lenny Henry, a man that I have been a fan of for years. Lenny.
Yes.
Please tell us, right, us lot and Motormouth and everybody down there.
Hello, viewer.
Hello in England. What are you doing in LA?
I'm in LA doing a promotional tour for a film called True Identity, which is out soon, kids. Go see it now. And it's produced by Touchstone Pictures.
Yeah.
And I play
That's
a guy
Disney,
called...
isn't it?
Yes, that's Disney.
Well, Disney.
And I play a guy called Miles Pope, who's an actor, who overhears something very dangerous on a plane. And he has to go on the run from the mafia and from everybody. And one of the things he has to do to escape from the mafia is to become a white guy. Dun, 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 dun.
You what? I tell you what, you did. Because I went to see it last night, right? I got here, got off the plane, went straight to the cinema, went to see your film, needed stitching up afterwards. It was right funny, right? I was really laughing and the audience was just really enjoying it. But the funniest parts in the film is that you became a white man. Now, how do you become a white man?
It takes about 8 hours of makeup, and they use this makeup called prosthetics. It's like rubber, and it goes all over your face and all over your hands. And it was done by the guys who did the makeup for Dick Tracy.
I didn't believe it was you, because when I said I was going to see it today, I thought, did somebody else stand in as the white guy? Because I can't believe it was you under there. First time, I just went, it's not him.
What helped was the fact that I was doing all these different accents and stuff. I have to, in the film, I play this guy Miles Pope, but I also play this white guy who also does lots of different voices and stuff. And I had this guy who helped me do different accents. And so I had to be Italian-American, like, hey, what's the matter with you? Hey, you know, didn't work on me on Motormouth. Hey, have some pasta, sit down, you look terrible. Hey, come on, fill yourself up. And I had to be, I had to be Miles Pope, the kind of New Yorker who was like, I can't believe this, you're crazy.
Hey, baby, didn't I tell you to come by my crib with my bread? That's what it is. I'm an actor, Harvey, not a piece of fruit.
Because you were so American. Innit? You actually get away with... The American audience didn't know that you were English. So how did you do... I mean, how did you, like, become an American? I mean, did you just keep after working on the voice?
It's just hard work, yeah. I mean, I had this guy teaching me how to do it, and I would get angry because he'd be saying, now, come on, Lenny, you know, work on those vowel sounds, work on those noises like this. And I'd be going, all right, then, what's next? And,
You're so big accent.
So I'd be sitting there just working on the accent all the time, and until eventually it became second nature. It was like, I came here a month before we started filming, and it was basically 3 or 4 hours a day, every day.
And just listening to Americans and trying to talk like them? Yeah. Are you going to stay in Hollywood? Are you going to move to LA now?
No.
Are you going to move away from England and come to LA?
No, it was great to come here and work for the 3 or 4 months, but really I've got so much stuff happening in England as well. I've got a sitcom starting next year. There's talk of doing, you know, some more dramatic things in England next year.
Vesps. Like a Vespa. You're going to be a Vespa.
Hit the back of the stalls,
darlings, can you hear me at the back?
Or not to be.
So you're going to do Shakespeare then?
No.
No, don't bother.
Thank you.
Years and years ago, right, when you lot weren't even born, this guy, I used to watch him on Saturday mornings on a programme called Tiswas.
Yeah! Good morning. It's great to be back. British Leyland announced today that 19,000 brand new mini metros rolled off the assembly line. A spokesman said somebody forgot to put the handbrake on.
How do you become from Saturday morning to... It must have been really difficult because I know what it's like because I do it now. What was it like coming from something like Saturday morning telly to being a movie star? Is it an easy move?
Well, it's not really a movie star. It's just somebody acting in a film.
You're a movie star. You're in Hollywood, man. You're in Hollywood. You're a movie star. You're in Hollywood.
Calm down.
Okay.
I know you're wearing short pants, but calm down.
These are my Californian pants.
They're very good.
I know, don't they look good?
They're lovely.
Lovely legs.
It's a kind of a Native American thing,
Do I look really American? Do you think I could just, like, walk out there and just be an American?
Motormouth.
I won't ever wear them on the programme. I'll be too embarrassed. To me? But it wasn't my question. Somebody wrote it for me. Anyway,
so
I'm going to go
to... a spontaneous person?
No, I'm not a spontaneous person.
So somebody writes all the questions for you?
All right. Okay.
So you're not just making it up as you go along. So you're spoiling it for the kids. So you're ripping off all the children who watch Motormouth. They think you're making up these questions, but really, someone writes the questions for him, kids. Don't believe him ever again. He's lost all credibility.
Let's get back to the next question I've got on the list then. On the next question on the list. Right, OK.
Also the list?
No, don't get it up. Don't get it. This is embarrassing me now. It's embarrassing. I'm good at my job. I've got to head off now.
OK.
Because you've got lots of other people to see today.
Yes, I have.
I've really enjoyed the film. It's going to be an absolute hit for you.
Thank you very much.
And you deserve to do well. Thanks very much. Thanks for speaking, Lenny.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Leicester, you know.
I'm
come a long way.
All the way from Birmingham, lads. Us. Midland boys. I've got to go now because they said I've got to race out of here as soon as I finish talking to him. So, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, buddy, I can't take this with me, though, can I?
Well, what we've decided to... Paul and Millie and I want you to know that we think you're absolutely... No, Max.
Now then. Wait 3 or 4 minutes until tacky before bonding surfaces.
Max, Paul and Millie and I want you to know that we love you just the way you are, so you don't have to wear that... Max, it's good. Oh, you look wonderful. What's that behind your back?
Nothing?
Well, now it seems to be working perfectly.
Oh! So where did that come from then?
Let's check it out.
Oh.
Okay, it's coming here, but I think
It's a real professional job, I hope you notice.
Did you see? Come on!
Juliet!
Oh, well done, Juliet!
Fantastic!
I didn't think you were going to be able to do it, but oh.
What?
You got the wig off him!
Oh, the wig. Right. Oh, I was nothing.
You know, I haven't been trying to do that all day, and you did it in 30 seconds.
Well, leave it to the experts. Bit of plain speaking.
You should be a diplomat.
Thank you very much, Paul. Well, let's hope that's the last we ever see of that disgusting rug. Where is Max?
Now then, my beauty.
Why was Max wearing the wig?
Well, I think we have to face it, Millie. He is vain. Men are, on the whole, more vain than women.
Now, wait a minute. It's the women that are nipping off to the bathroom every 20 minutes to put their makeup on.
Oh, so why is it I have to queue behind you, Max, Neil, Andy and Steve to get to the mirror?
Well, I can't sit around talking all day. I've got to double-check the air conditioning.
There you are, you see, Millie. Can't take it.
No.
Can't take the criticism. They are just so vain.
Ah! What's the matter?
Oh, it's a disaster.
What is?
I've got a huge spot on my chin.
Oh, don't worry, you can't see it.
Oh, can't you?
It's massive.
I see what's happened. The polarity's been reversed.
Yes, everything seems to be in order. Everything's going my way.
Oh, how am I going to face Chesley with a volcano on my face?
It's okay, I'll face him for you.
I'll cover it up.
Juliet! Juliet, wait! Juliet! Now, come on, Juliet, come on, look.
Come on, Juliet.
Look, I'm sure that I can do something with it.
What?
The wig.
Wig?
Well, you'll have to join me next week to find out whether the depilatory cream Gabby lent Juliet did the trick. Also, Chesney Hawkes sings live in the studio and Steve Johnson takes to the air. So if you're a seagull, be warned. Thank you for watching and join me next Sunday at the Beach Hut for more vintage Motormouth. In the meantime, I'll leave you with more Wet, Wet, Wet singing live. Bye-bye.